Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com, and today I'm going to bring to you another live paper crafting class here on Facebook. It is, what is it today? It's Wednesday, August 7th, 2019, and if you are with me live, it's 11 a.m. Central Time. Then you can comment, and hopefully I'll see your comments and be able to answer questions, that sort of thing. Very excited for the projects that I'm going to share with you today because I'm sharing more than one thing, but they're very simple, very easy to create. I would say even a beginner can create most, if not all of these things. The Memories and More card packs are awesome containers of fun little designer papers and stickers and really neat layers of product. Hi everyone, I can see some people tuning in. There's Dawn and Karen. I see lots of familiar names, you guys. Mary Jo, and there's Faith. Hello, hello. So thank you for joining me live because it makes me feel like I'm not alone. And it's fun. It's fun because I learn from you guys too. Whenever you share an idea that I didn't think of, it's awesome because it helps all of us out. I may not catch, hey Vicki, hey Kay, hi Trudy. I may not catch all of your comments as I am broadcasting. In fact, my camera, as you can see, is up this way, and I look down this way when I'm demonstrating. So I don't see the comments necessarily while I'm demonstrating, but for now, I'm seeing everybody chiming in. Hello, it's so good. And tell me where you're from too. It's so fun to see where everyone's from. I love it when I see people way across on the other side of the world from me. I'm in Andover, Minnesota, by the way. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the US. So let me start by showing you prizes because you can get in on prizes just by leaving a comment. I love to hear from you. So your comments enter you into a prize drawing. And I love it when you share too, just like Kay did just now. When you share the video, and you comment that you shared, then that gets you an entry as well. So let me set up the screens here so you can see. For today's prizes, we're going to be drawing I'm going to be drawing a name for a roll of the silver metallic edge ribbon. It's one of my favorites. I think I have like a zillion of these. And then I'm also going to be drawing for these beautiful sail away trinkets. Hard to see, I guess. There we go. So because the whole theme of today's projects are using the Come Sail Away suite. So, all right, are we ready? You know what I'm going to do? I am not going to give you the dimensions and the supply list yet. We're going to dive in and just start making some simple cards, okay? I'm on the other side of the world in Florida. I love it. Thanks, Karen. It's kind of the other side of the world. It's far from me. I can't just get there in a day, right? So let's start by just bringing in, actually let's bring in some of the products. Now I don't have a full pack of everything, but I have some fun stuff to share that kind of gives you a hint as to what is in the Come Sail Away suite. So this is what's left of my card pack. It's pretty pathetic. No, it's actually good, isn't it? It's good. I've gone through a lot of my cards and stickers, and there's some that are set aside that I'm going to be using, but this is what's left of the stuff that I'm not going to be using. And granted, I've only used up a half a card pack so far, but the card packs look like, here's the other half. I'll show you the other half. So this is what they come in. They come in this nice little box, and remember, you get twice as much as what I'm showing here. And there are some slight variations because the pack doesn't divide up super evenly. Let me zoom in just a little tad here. There we go. So you get 4 sheets of stickers. You get some fun die cut layers. These are like laser cut, I should say. And then 4x6 pieces that are double-sided. And they're 4x6 because these pieces can cross over into scrapbooking as well as card making, as well as making gift projects, which I'm going to show you today too. Isn't the Sail Away suite awesome, Lisa? I agree. So these are the 3x4 pieces, and you can see some of them look like they'd be perfect for the top of a card, right? A layer for a card. And some of them are awesome for, let's see here, let me find one that has some journaling. See, date, place, story. Okay, you're seeing it upside down. But those are perfect for memory keeping. And so it's awesome, but you have a double side to that. So if you don't like this side for memory keeping, you could use this for card making. Okay, so you don't have to be one or both. You can just be one or the other if you want to, right? Okay, so that's the Memories and More card pack. And then the designer paper is also quite beautiful. It's handsome. I should say it's handsome because it's not feminine, but it's really, really striking. So you can see I've loved up these layers. These papers I've used up quite a lot of. They're double-sided. All of our designer papers are double-sided. And then we've got like these sheets here, some really nice stripes. This has got like a bunch of little images in it that have like a compass and protractor, and then some nice blue, light blue stripes there. I think that's balmy blue. Some sailboats and some green stripes. Oh, I guess I have more of the green stripes. Yay! And some knots and like a this is more like a newsprint paper. And then this one is more like underwater foliage and some more stripes. So lots of fun stuff. Now the stamp set that comes in this suite is called Sailing Home, and it has some really fantastically drawn images. Whoever the artist was for this is really talented. And some great sentiments in there with beautiful fonts. I love this stamp, just of the birds alone, it's worth it. And then there are some dies that you can get. You can bundle them together and you can save 10% if you buy them together, but these dies are perfect because they layer over the top of these other images, and you can cut out your images after you've stamped them. So on that note, and there's more in the suite too, like the twine. There's like a Sahara Sand, Night of Navy Baker's twine. There's those trinkets that I shared with you. But we're going to just dive right in, okay? All right. So I have some Memories and More cards and envelope packs. And I brought these out because, of course, I wanted to make cards with the kit for you today. I'm not going to do any scrapbooking today, but the scrapbooking, again, the sizes of those sheets that are in the card pack are perfect for the Memories and More pocket pages. So they slip right in for your photo pages. These card packs are different than our normal size card and envelope packs because they're perfect for the 4x6 size, okay? They're a little bit differently sized. And then on this one, this is the Assorted Whisper White pack. You get 4x6 cards and you get 3x4. Now they're slightly larger than those sizes because that way you can put those layers on there, as you'll find out. But those are awesome to get along with a card pack. So you can just whip out cards super fast. So we're gonna start by whipping out a card super fast, okay? Hey Sandra, how are you? And there's Beth again. I love seeing these names. Hi Don, GJ. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna start with our, it's in here somewhere, there it is. What is life but a grand adventure? And on this note, I do wanna say that I have loved earning incentive trips from Stampin' Up! Throughout the years. I'm gonna zoom in here a bit. And the last one that we went on was a cruise. They often do cruises. And so we took a cruise to I got cat hair or something in there. Took a cruise on the Greek Isles this time. It was seriously a dream come true. I've always wanted to visit Greece. So now normally you see how this card is. It's got a little crease here that goes inward, kind of like a valley. The rule of thumb is basically the valley stays out and the mountain gets folded in like this. But for our card, we're going to fold the opposite way. So this would typically be the front of the card, but we're going to fold this way because I want the silver on the inside of the card this time. Super fast cards. You are so right, Michelle. All right, so this is just going to get placed right on top. And you can see if this card is 4 inches by 6 inches, then the card base is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. That's the size of the card base when it's folded. We're going to grab one of the trinkets. We're grabbing the ship's wheel, and I thought that there was a little space here that needed a little ship's wheel. So far I've used snail adhesive, and now I'm going to add in glue dots because these are perfect for adding metal embellishments. And we're just going to place it on there like that. So there's the front of our card. Super fast, right? Anybody can do this, okay? Now on the inside where we've got extra silver, so that's why I put the silver here too, is to get, you know, kind of bring in the theme of the silver. On the inside of the card, we're just going to take some of these stickers. So I've used up quite a few of them. You don't get to see them all, but this one says, "Here's to making every moment count." And then there's this wonderful little anchor, okay? And we're just going to set those, I think I'm just sticking those down. I'm looking at my cheat sheet over there. We're just going to set those down right on the inside of the card. So this brown color of cardstock that the cards are made out of is considered craft color, and it is light enough where you can, you know, sign your card right directly on it. So that is it. That is that simple card. What is life but a grand adventure? Here's to making every moment count. Beautiful for a graduation card, or someone who's going on a trip, maybe someone who is retiring, going into a new phase of their life, okay? Can I put myself lower? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Thank you so much, Karen. I'm going to do something different than that, though. I am going to make myself smaller. How's that? I was kind of large there, wasn't I? In fact, I'm going to take and move myself even further into the corner. Look at that. Normally I do that, and I forgot to this time. Thanks, Karen. I appreciate you mentioning that, and I'm glad that I caught it. There's Just Jessie from Germany. Hi. I love it. I love to see these familiar names pop up again. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Okay, now this card here is even simpler. Okay, this one was made using, of course, the Whisper White Assorted Memories and More card pack. So it's the 4x6 size, which is actually, I'm sorry, the 4x3, which is actually 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 for the card base. And I literally just slapped the card on there from the card pack, and on the inside stuck a sticker down. So that one's even simpler, right? This one is a little bit more complicated. I took and layered one of the cards from the pack, which you did see, we pointed this one out, onto some Whisper White cardstock. So I cut some Whisper White cardstock that I had in my hands, and I just made a layer. I used the Magnolia Lane card pack, which is what the official name of this Memories and More card pack is, this one here, the cards and envelopes. And I used it the way it was intended, where the silver's on the outside. But I popped this up on dimensionals. I stuck some dimensionals underneath that layer, and then I, of course, had a ribbon going through. And I like to do that because that way I can adjust my ribbon. I can pull it tighter, or I can shift it. Let's see if I can shift it there. There we go. So we can shift it if we need to. We could bring the bow on the inside if we wanted to. Have you guys ever done that before? It makes for a whole different look of your cards. So let's just do that for a minute. Look at this. Hang on. There. So if you have the ribbon on the outside of the card and your dimensionals are right here behind this layer, you can slide your ribbon to the inside, and then you have even more decor on the inside. So here is a full card from the Memories, the Sail Away, Come Sail Away Memories and More card pack. I did use a sticker here, but I also added another white layer that was the same size. So the extra products in here were the Whisper White cardstock, and then this reversible Old Olive Pretty Peacock ribbon. It's striking. I don't know if you can see the sheen in there, but I have it on the Old Olive side, so it's just kind of got a faint hint of the Pretty Peacock, which kind of goes well with that Mossy Meadow color that's in here. So, all right, that's a third card. We're going to show you one more little card, and then I'm going to make another one, okay? This one here is another Whisper White. And see how this one's different? This one doesn't look like it came from the card pack, but in fact it did. So what I did is I took one of those laser cut pieces, and I cut this section out of it. I think I cut it from right about there. Yeah, right about there. And then I stuck the stickers down, used some dimensionals in there to pop up the word dream. These are both stickers that come in the pack. Okay, and then on the inside I stuck down more of this with some glue, and I'll show you that glue. I think I have it behind me, hang on. And then this blue one is actually one of the stickers that is in the pack. I'll show you that one. So that is right here. So there's two of those right there, okay? So still simple, but just a totally different look to it. So we're going to go ahead and take that. And I have to go back to my table because I forgot my glue. Here we go. Okay, so I've got my glue. This is the Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. Mine is well loved. As you can see, there's lots of fun sticky dirt on there. So for this card, and again, I'm going to look at my cheating pictures over here. We're going to take and we're going to cut a section out right here that kind of fits in that space. So I'm eyeballing where I want it to go, and then I'm going to take my paper snips, and I'm going to try not to injure myself. Thanks, Karen. She was commenting on the ribbon trick. And then we're going to just trim this out like this. Okay, so while you guys are watching, those of you that have followed my videos before, I am going on monovision today. I'm trying it out again. All right, so wish me luck. So we're going to trim that one there. This one maybe like around here. I think we'll straighten this one up a little bit more. Okay, so, and then this is a little long, so we'll just shorten that one up. So that's how you do it. We have some fun laser cut paper, by the way. It's all laser cut. So if you like this kind of fun look where you're adding layers of really delicate paper, you can totally do that by getting the laser cut stuff. So one side has a little print on it. It's hard to tell, but there's like it's more earthy-ish. Sahara sand would be the color I would say is in there, and it's kind of got like a little print on it. And then the other side is white. So we want the white to show on this one because it's going to match this card. So I'm just going to go ahead and take our multi-purpose glue here, and I'm just going to add little dots, thin lines. So if you're new to crafting, you do not need a lot. When you're using liquid glue, you seriously just need a touch. And I will show you this close up where I added the glue. It's barely anywhere. Okay? Glue can seep out because it's liquid, right? And so when you press it down, it tends to flatten, and then you get this big gooey mess. And this glue, if it does seep out, it remains sticky. It's kind of a tacky surface to the feel if it seeps out. So there, we're going to press that down like that. You don't want to smear it too much. The nice thing about glue is you're able to kind of shift and shove before it's dried out and bonded down onto your paper. So that is one reason why a lot of people like the liquid glue versus like a tape. Also great for things like this where you have to get in really tiny spaces, okay? Hey Roxanne Emerson, glad you could make it. And there's Denise Henke. She lives really close to me. Good to see you, Denise. Okay, so now we're going to take this piece, and again, we'll just snail it down. That one says, let's go somewhere and do something. That would be a fun card to do too, wouldn't it? So we just need a little snail in the corners, and this will go right here. Oops, wrong way. Hang on. I'm looking at my photo that's cheating, but I forgot that I just kind of laid it like this when I took a picture of it. This has to go on the inside of your card. So we will place that here. This is going to be the inside again. We're using this as the outside. And then on this portion, we're going to use some stickers again. So we'll bring those stickers in. And the stickers, I forgot which ones I'm choosing. I'm choosing this little blue guy because he's delicate like the other, like the paper. And then I'm going to choose the Hello Friend. There it is. So these will just get stuck down, onto a frame piece, because we have to have a frame over the top of this, okay? So then, zooming in a bit, we'll have this right here, and just kind of eyeball it right in the middle. Use the silver lines to kind of guide you, because the paper that's really close to you is all different all the way around, so I'm using these silver lines. And then these will just get stuck down like this, and like this. And how fun is that? Oops, sorry, it goes this way. How fun is that? There's the front of the card, and on the inside is where you can write, okay? All right, I hope you're enjoying this. This is like simplistic, but yet really quick. I love these Memories and More pack cards because you can really go super fast. Now, this is a little more complicated. We're getting more complicated as we go on. And I'm going to zoom out again. Hang on, because this one's way too close now. The Any Day With You is the Best card I made into a Z-fold card. So I just took and made a crease halfway through the front of the card, the white card base, and I folded it back the opposite way. I stuck down a basic black layer of cardstock, so there's basic black cardstock on there, and then I put the Memories and More card directly on top. I've added some rhinestones for embellishments, and on the inside I have stamped. Okay, so now we have a stamp involved in it. And I just took our Memento ink pad, which I don't have in front of me, but it's a basic black ink pad that's super awesome for stamping when you want just black. So there's the ship, and the ship comes again from this stamp set here, and there it is. And you can die cut that out if you want to. You can do the matching die with that one. There's dies for most of these images in this set. This next one is using one of the laser cut papers. In fact, let me find, here, this is the one that was on the other side of it. Let me pull it out here. So this one came as a 4x6 laser cut paper like that. And I just trimmed it in half so I could use one for a smaller card. And added some rhinestones on top. The paper underneath is actually, I believe, well, it's either a card base or it's my designer paper. I think it might be my designer paper. I think I added in, yes, it is. So this is the designer paper. So I brought in some designer paper. On the other side is this one. So that was just to make the anchor stand out a little bit more. And on the inside, I stamped with the sentiment from this set. And I added an anchor from the trinkets with a glue dot. Okay, catching on how easy this is? So even when you add more and more products in, you can still do cards that are super fast. So let's do our third card. This third one, we're going to do some stamping and embossing. And I forgot to get the paper out. So I have to grab that. I am going to emboss onto, die cutting, stamping and die cutting. I'm going to die cut a ship's wheel. And I'm going to stamp. Well, now you get to see my room a little bit more because I will go back a little ways into my room to grab some stuff. But we're going to stamp a ship. We're going to die cut it. And we're going to use soft suede ink. So we need our soft suede. We need our whisper white. We need our big shot, which I'll put right back here for now. All right, and we need a clear block. Let me grab one of those. Oh, Rachel, normally you're so much more organized than this. Well, at least I'm stamping really close to my stuff, right? So now we get to teach the basics of stamping to anybody who's a beginner. Again, very, very simple cards to make. We're pouncing real gently onto our ink pad. We're stamping onto our scrap whisper white paper. And we're going to close up our ink pad again. Now our ink pads have this fun lid that flips. So when you open it up, you can either press here to crack it open, or like a compact, you can just lift. You flip it over and you slide it into the card base, okay? All right, and then we need to die cut that. We're gonna die cut this. We're gonna clean off our stamp, so we're gonna set that aside. And let me peek at what else we have for this one. Oh, we're gonna use brads. So let me grab my brads. Those are in here. Oh, they're right in front of me. I got really kind of shaken up here because I forgot to get some stuff ready. So we need a little brad. These brads are called the metallic brad assortment, and there's copper color in there. There's kind of an antique metal color, which is kind of like another copper, and then there's gold and silver. So we're going to be using that. We're also going to be using our Pierce Mat. Let me grab it. Hang on a minute. Rachel. We need our cutting mats and our Pierce. We got it, we're good. All right, so we're gonna start by die cutting. Let's bring in this beautiful machine, and I'm gonna zoom out a bit here. Okay, so this is our machine that we used to carry. We're going to be getting a new one into our product line soon. But any die cutting machine will take these dies, and you put your platform down, and if you need to, you can put your adaptive plate onto. I'm using the magnetic platform, which is made for die cutting, and we're just going to line up. So again, I'm working with monovision today, which means I have one contact in. Have you guys ever heard of that before? One contact. Woohoo! But my dominant eye, which is usually my right, is the one that has the contact out. So I wouldn't go driving this way because you have to have your distant vision, the dominant one. But for my video, I'm making my dominant one the left. Or I'm making my contact one the left, so I can see distance with my left, but I can see up close with my dominant right eye, if that makes sense. Okay, so here is my ship. Super easy, super quick. This die even takes out that little portion there, so you have that fun look. And then with the ship's wheel, when you do it out of metallic paper, look how fun this is. And it's even got a little hole in there that we're going to use to pierce. So now we're going to grab this mess out of the way and bring in our piercing mat. This is called a Stampin Pierce Mat, and it allows you to pierce into it, and it's also great for when you're using the totally clear stamps called photopolymer for stamping on top of. It gives that extra cushion. So we're just going to press into the center to get that, actually got a hole in it already. We're just going to press that little chad out of there, and let's put our layers down onto our card already. So this is going to go here on a dimensional, and this is going to go here. Oh, that's going to look great. We're going to twist it just a little bit. So we're going to press that there, push a hole into it, stick our brad in, and you can stick the brad in when it is sitting onto the top of the pierce mat. Makes it a little bit easier. And then you just pull up the whole thing at once. Open up the legs of the brad, prongs or whatever, and then you use like a clear block. I put away my clear block, my stamp. Oh, there it is. And you just press down and it flattens it out for you. So there's our wheel. And then this guy will get put up on dimensionals. I did remember some things. Oh my goodness. So put dimensionals on there, and we're going to use a side one for down here. There we go. Pull off the backings. So this is probably the most elaborate of all the cards I've been making for you, right? So now we have that fun little look, and we will put our snail on the back, add this to the front. Now the smaller cards that I'm making right here are going to go to some customers of mine that were so kind to have ordered through me while I was on my incentive trip. They used a certain host code. I had a special going on. So I will be sending them one of these little miniature cards, okay? So yay, thank you if you were one of them. So here's another card, super simple, super easy. It's kind of like a little note card. I have a few more cards to share, and then I'm going to walk you through an easy box. This one is using the birds. Remember I told you that I love the birds? So here is that. Thanks, Mary. So I stamped and die cut the lighthouse, which I feel is a little tilted, but I'm going to go with it because once it's down sometimes, right? The thanks so much comes from the sticker. The birds were stamped with Night of Navy ink, which is the dark blue that you see in the papers. And then on the inside, I have the birds again. I have one of the layers from the card pack, plus an extra white layer on top. Now, if you wanted to, you could save on paper and just cut a strip of each of these from this layer and use, the white that's already on the card that's exposed to put that there. But I messed up. I actually have underneath here something stamped. You can kind of get a peek of it, and it's not straight. So I fixed it. That's how you can fix your mistakes. And this is not straight either. We're not perfect, right? This card is fun because it has the compass on it. So this is another a card from the pack. And look at this. These little guys actually can, well, they can turn if I were to make the brad looser. But they are pieces that were cut with the dies. Here's the one that was done with the silver, and this is the one that I've cut with the Poppy Parade color. And again, a brad went through them. And the brad backing is between this layer and this layer, so you can't see the prongs or the legs of the brad on the inside of the card. And there is, oops, and there is the inside. I just stamped it with words from the set. This one is another pretty simple card to do. World's Greatest Guy, love you. The only thing that was really tough about this one, and it's not really tough, but just die cutting the banner. So there's a banner that comes in here too that the stickers fit on top of pretty well. And this is just Whisper White papers, a layer of Whisper White. Here's one with the ship's wheel again, done in gold with a gold brad. These two pieces going across are stickers from the kit, and then the stamp sentiment from the kit. And on the inside I just put a little sailboat sticker so that you have room for writing. And this last one is more like a wedding card in a way. So this is one of the cards from the card Memories and More card pack. Some of that silver metallic edge ribbon. And then we have the anchor is put on with glue dots onto the ribbon just to kind of carry the anchor theme through. This is popped up on dimensionals. And on the inside, I have this sentiment stamped onto, actually this is like a piece from one of the cards. I think it's in here still. Somewhere. There it is. So I took and stamped onto one of the cards because I loved that light green look. And then I stamped on it with old olive ink, die cut it with the shape, the kind of like it's a frame piece from the die set. And put brads through it, stuck it flat down, stamped the ship in old olive, and put it onto a Whisper White layer. Lots of card ideas. Now, you probably didn't catch them all, and that's okay, because I'm going to photograph all of these, and every time I do one of these Facebook Live videos, I share the photos on my blog, and typically I share it the following Saturday. It gives me time to upload videos, do any editing that I need to, but I'm also going to try to spread these out. We'll zoom the camera out a bit, and you can see if you can take a screenshot if you'd like to. That way you can remember at least the front of the cards before Saturday, in case you want to duplicate these with any products that you already have on hand. Oh my gosh, there's a ton of these. I'm gonna have to get my picture out of here, so hang on. So, there's too many. There's too many. Let's fit this one down here. There we go. So, screenshot away if you'd like to. We have one more project. Where did I get the brown cards? Sandy is asking. She must have come in a little bit later, and that's okay. The brown cards, the craft colored card bases, these are the Magnolia Lane. Let me set this up again here. Hang on. Those are the Magnolia Lane Memories and More assorted cards. So this last project, we're going to try to get this done in 40 minutes if we can. This last project is using the Simply Scored tool and one of the cards from, one of the larger cards from the pack, so this one here. So I'm going to take and use the Simply Scored tool. It's an awesome tool for doing score lines, okay? It comes with a stylus. It comes with some measurements on the sides here and on the top. The score lines are going in this direction, and we're just going to angle it so that we have it going horizontally right flush into the corner here. We're going to use the smaller ball end of the stylus. We're going to start at the 1/2 inch mark, and we're going to come down, straight down at the 1/2 inch mark. Then we're going to move over to the 1.5 inch mark. I'm zooming in. We're going to move over, so I did the 1/2 inch, and I just followed this line. So I pressed there and just pulled down straight, and it will follow in the grooves of the board. The grooves of the board help the stylus to stay in place. Then we've got the 1.5 inch mark. We're going to score there. Then we're going to move over to, I'm looking at my little cheat card here, 3.25 inches, and we're going to come straight down, and then 4.25 inches and come straight down. But before we take it out of this position, we're going to add 2 more score lines that just go about halfway down. And I say about because it really doesn't matter. It is quite all right if it's not all the way or if it's only part way or whatever. It's just as long as you have like a little mark here, That's what matters. But I'm going to come down about halfway, okay? And I'm putting that at the 1-inch mark, which is halfway between the first two I made. And I'm also going to do it at the 3 3/4 mark, halfway, which is about halfway between our 3/4 and 4 1/4 marks. So these two marks here, halfway between them is 3 3/4. Okay, now one more score mark to make, and that's twisting the card this direction. We're going to start at the 1-inch mark and come straight through. Okay, now we need to make some cuts. So we're going to set this off to the side. We're going to grab our paper snips, and I'm just going to show you. You can kind of see there. Good. Oh, I'm so glad you guys can see this actually. Okay, so we're going to remove a section. We're going to remove this little section here in the bottom left corner. And we're removing that because this is going to become a tab for our box. We don't need this extra bulk here. So that just gets taken and cut out. Now what we need to do is we need to cut between and along these score lines, so between these two tabs up to the 1-inch score line that we made along the bottom. But when you cut, to save on time, instead of cutting straight up and then going like this, like I'm going to show you, making these little mitered corner things, you can actually find that score line and go to the left of it and go to the right of it, and then you just saved yourself some time. You don't have to make 3 cuts. So we're cutting in and in, okay? And then on these two ends here, same thing, just cut as if we were gonna, we're just angling them. That way they kind of come together a little bit better. There's no bulk in there. I'm just gonna go up a little higher there. Now we add some tape. So we're gonna add some tape on the outside, or because this is gonna be the outside of the box here, this is the inside. We're gonna add some tape here, and then we're gonna add some tape on the underside of this one. And we're gonna use which I swear I had, oh, here it is. This supply I know I had ready. I know I had the box supplies ready. So for this tab, you wanna go as close to the score line as possible. So why am I showing you a box when I've done basically cards for everything else? So you can see right close to the score line there. Now we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna do this one. I'm doing a box because I want to introduce you, if you don't know, to the fact that I offer tutorials every month. I team up with 5 other really talented demonstrators. Don't peel the backing off of that yet. And we make these fun fold and 3D projects in written form for you to kind of get inspired by. You can earn them by just placing an order through one of us, or you can purchase them. If you're on our team, like I know Vicky's with us today, Vicky gets them every month for free because she's part of my Stampers with Art community. Okay, now that we've kind of bent the side score lines like that, except for these ones that are between, we're going to go ahead and peel off the backing on here. And this box, so to continue with my thought here, this box is kind of introducing you to the fact that we have all fun box ideas that have Christmas projects for this month. So this month's tutorials are all Christmas in August kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm bringing the side tabs in, and then I'm just bringing these back a little bit so that you can grab underneath. Now if you don't have fingernails that can grab it, you can always use the take your pick tool. Here it is. This is awesome for lifting up adhesive backing, getting right under there. When I used to wear nail polish pretty much all the time, I needed this because my nail polish made my nails too thick. Okay, we're gonna fold that flap in, and this is the one with the tape, and it just goes like this. So this isn't one of the exact boxes that's in the tutorial this month, but it introduces you to the fact that we have fun box ideas in there, little containers and stuff. So here are those score lines that I made, and you can see it's kind of making it into a grocery bag look. We're pinching that together, and we can close this up in different ways. The way that I want to close mine up, I have to get the piercing one. The way that I want to close mine up is I'm actually going to add some, I think it was ribbon. I want to say it was ribbon. So I've got my piercer here. I hope it was ribbon. I think it was ribbon. There's too many things I'm sharing today. So we're gonna poke into here. And it doesn't matter. I'm going about 1/4 of an inch down, and it doesn't matter if it's centered, because we're just gonna kind of go back and forth along here to kind of get like a wider hole going through there, if that makes sense. And then we're going to grab some ribbon, and I think I said in my dimensions that I'm going to show you in a second here, about 9 inches. This might be more like 10. I think I lied. So we're going to take and we're going to grab that. We're going to grab the extra fun thing that is not Stampin' Up! That really helps. It's called a threader, but I don't see it. A needle threader. Okay, I don't have the needle threader, but that would really come in handy. It's this plasticky little thing that allows you... My desk is a mess. It's really bad here. Okay, yeah, I have one. So we're just going to poke from the front to the back using this instead. So we're pressing the ribbon on there. Notice the ribbon is wide, but we're going to poke right through like that, and we're going to try to grab it on the other side. And just keep poking if you have to. Kind of shove it in there. There, now it's coming out the other side. There we go. That was less glamorous than I intended it to be. So you can take and open up your bag, you can put your gift in it, then you can close it up and tie this into a fun little bow. I won't finish that off for you right now because you got the idea of it, but I do want to share with you this quick little bag that I made using the same products. This is the twine from the suite. Again, poke the hole through with the piercer. But this is another way that you can close it. And this is using the Magnolia Lane Memories and More card pack, because there's actually card packs that are with the Magnolia Lane suite. And this is a beautiful card, 6x4 card that comes with it. This is one of the stickers. And we have these little fun clips. They come in silver and white. So you can just clip it shut. Or you can take and tie your ribbon around from side to side. If you have a strong enough ribbon, just tie a knot around it, put your sticker on, and then when they get the bag, they can just slide off the top and open it up. So there's another way that's maybe a little less painful to put the ribbon on. So there is another collection of fun things that you can make using our Memories and More card pack. Okay, now I want to share with you the supplies. So I'm going to grab up that screen. And let's get that going here. Hang on. I have to... there. Okay. Now there we go. Okay, so these are the supplies that you'll need if you want to recreate the bag or any of the cards. Then you would be needing this stuff up here for the bag, and this stuff down here for anything else. I used quite a variety of products though, so if you're not going to do all of them, you don't necessarily need the whole thing. But the Memories and More suite is awesome. You can order suites now with one order number. You can get all the products in that suite with just one order number. So, pretty fun stuff. Take a screenshot of that if you'd like, or again, wait until, let's see, when am I putting this on my blog? Saturday, that would be, is that August 10th? August 10th. All right, let me see what else. If you want to go visit my blog, there is the blog address, and we will see if we can pull up, let's see here, let's do this and go to stampyourartout.com. This is what my blog looks like when you get to the home screen. You can click on shop, you can click on my blog. My community is if you're interested in learning more about becoming a demonstrator. But if you click on my blog, this is a great place to just scroll through and see lots of different ideas using Stampin' Up! Products. But yes, another thing, if you're interested in clicking on my community, it will take you to an information page about joining. And right now we have an awesome special going on. If you are interested in becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and your order, actually even if you're not interested in becoming a demonstrator, let's just say you want to order at least $100 worth of product, this is a good time to do that because you can get $100 worth of product and an additional $55 worth of product for just $99 plus tax. The shipping is free. That's the way our starter kit typically is. It's the best deal, but right now it's super awesome because you get an extra $30. Normally it's $125 for 99, but right now it's $155. During the month of August, don't delay if you want to get that starter kit. You do not have to do demonstrator stuff. 95-ish% of the people that are demonstrators are in it for themselves and maybe a few friends that buy from them. It's fun. We have a lot of fun together. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, or you're not a demonstrator yourself, I would love it if you wanted to come back and visit me at stampyourartout.com or even at my Facebook page. There's the Facebook page information. Okay, let's draw for a prize. We are going way over today. We're already at 45 minutes, you guys. Okay, so here's the prizes. We have one for this week and we have one for next week. Sorry. There we go. One for this week and one for next week. Let's get that, that comment picker up on my camera there, and let's get this out of the way. Okay, so we're on Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel Facebook page. We're going to go to videos. So along the left hand side here, we're going to click on videos, and we're going to grab the URL from last week's video, which we did with the pressed petals. So we're going to copy the address. We're going to go into our random comment picker website there and click the search button. So we had 162 people comment last week, or between last week and this week. And the winner for the second prize is Susan Monroe. So congrats to Susan Monroe. I'm going to click on her name and hopefully that will lead me to where she placed her comment. We'll go back to my page again and we're going to do a refresh. So anybody who hasn't commented yet, hopefully you're doing that. We're going to do a refresh. And we're going to grab the URL from today's video. Hang on, still loading. By the way, next week, my family, we're going to go to the cabin. So I won't be broadcasting next week. My son, who had surgery, Lucky Luke had surgery. He had it last week. He's doing great, by the way. He's healing really well. But he can finally swim in the water next week, in the lake water. So we want to get him up there so that he can start enjoying. We have 100 people that have commented today. We may have more or less people on live with us right now, but 100 have commented. We're going to click the start button and see who our first week's winner is. And the winner is Brina. Brina, yay! And you know what? I'm so glad your name came up because I have a gift that she gave me. Let's pull that up. She made me a stamp, and I have not stamped it on the back of any of my cards yet. I'm going to do that with the first card that I made here. It's not real deep cut, she admitted that, but I want to show her that I am loving this stamp. I've used it a few times already. As she can tell, it's got well, I don't have my tissue next to me. Hopefully we won't press it too hard. But I normally have a tissue nearby and I smear off the edges. But she made me a stamp that's personalized, that has my own information on it. And it says, design, or handmade by Rachel. It actually does say it if I stamp it really hard and I get the ink off beforehand. But thank you so much, Brina, for that stamp. That was very sweet of you to give that to me. We met up at an on stage. All right, so again, next week I will not be, oops, I put you in the dark for a minute. We will not be doing a Facebook Live next week. My family will be swimming. But the week after, which is August 21st, I'm coming back, and I have like lists of ideas of things that I want to share. One of them is with the Magnolia Lane Suite, and I think that's going to be next. And then the week after that, I think I'm going to introduce you to some holiday product, because soon after that, you'll be able to order from the holiday catalog. So I hope that you keep joining me for these Facebook Lives. It was very fun. So again, next week, no, but the week after. So thank you all for joining me today. And I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.